Here is your full, long, emotional, engaging story, crafted exactly in the style you've been using for your YouTube narrations, with a strong hook, cinematic pacing, emotional arcs, and a powerful ending that motivates likes and subscriptions. USMC Captain jokingly asked a single dad janitor his call sign, until Sticky 6 left her stunned. Who would have thought a simple joke, just a playful question tossed across a hallway, would bring an entire Marine Corps training facility to a dead, breathless silence? Who could imagine that a man pushing a mop, wearing worn-out boots and a shy smile, carried a call sign that once made enemies scatter and Marines salute? Stay with me till the end, because this story will make you rethink everything you assume about the quiet people around you. And trust me, once you hear how it ends, you'll understand why you must like this video and subscribe for more powerful real-life stories like this. The morning had started like any other at Camp Pendleton. Recruits shuffled across the courtyard, half awake, half terrified, bumping into each other with jittery energy. The sun wasn't even fully up yet, but the day had already begun for Ethan Cole, a single father and janitor who worked nights so he could spend his afternoons with his 9-year-old daughter, Lily. His shirt sleeves were rolled halfway, his hands rough and faded from years of physical labor. To most people he looked quiet, gentle, almost invisible. Nobody knew he had once worn a uniform. And nobody knew why he walked with a slight limp or why he avoided crowds. He didn't tell. He didn't need to. Life had taken enough from him, his wife, his career, his pride, but Lily kept him going. Inside the aircraft hangar, a new group of Marines prepared for a training briefing. The pressure was high, the atmosphere strict, and at the center of it all stood Captain Jordan Reeves, a sharp, fearless Marine officer known for her humor as much as her toughness. She had a reputation. She loved testing newcomers, teasing recruits, and even throwing harmless jokes at the staff. When she finished her briefing and walked out of the hangar, she found Ethan mopping near the doorway, humming softly. Her recruits followed her, waiting for instructions. She spotted Ethan and, half joking, half trying to lighten the mood, she called out loudly. "Hey there, janitor. What's your call sign? Mop master, dust bunny, or maybe, floor whisperer?" The recruits chuckled. Ethan paused. His shoulders stiffened. He didn't turn around right away. For a moment he considered ignoring the question. He didn't like being the center of attention. But something told him to answer, firm, simple, honest. He lifted his head slightly and said in a calm voice that didn't match his quiet appearance. "Sticky 6. The laughter stopped. Captain Reeves blinked, confused. She walked closer. "Wait, what did you say?" Ethan finally looked up, his eyes soft but unmistakably steady. "Sticky 6, he repeated. The recruits exchanged looks. The captain frowned, not mockingly, but because she recognized something in the tone of his voice. Something dangerous, or legendary. "Sir," one of the senior staff whispered to her, "you need to be careful with that name." "Why?" she asked, half joking. "Because if that's really him, then that's the EOD tech who saved an entire convoy in Helmand by staying behind alone to defuse 6 live IEDs. The one who held pressure on the last one with his bare hands when the timer malfunctioned." A hush dropped over the group. The captain slowly turned back to Ethan. "That was you?" she asked quietly. Ethan exhaled. "A long time ago. But now the entire base knew." Word traveled faster than wildfire. Within hours, Marines who had lost friends in that same region came by to shake his hand. Officers who had studied his mission in training manuals paused in respect. Veterans who had heard rumors finally realized the myth was real, and standing right there with a mop in his hand. But Ethan didn't like attention. He just wanted peace. He just wanted to provide for Lily. That afternoon, when his shift ended, he went to pick up his daughter from school. As she ran to him with her backpack bouncing behind her, Ethan's entire body softened. She hugged him tightly. "Daddy, you're early." "I wanted to be," he smiled. They walked home together, hand in hand. Ethan thought the day's incident was behind him. But that evening, as he prepared dinner, someone knocked at the door. Captain Reeves. She stood stiffly at the doorway, hands behind her back. "Sir," she said quietly. "I owe you an apology." Ethan shook his head. "You don't owe me anything. You didn't know. But I should have shown respect anyway," she insisted. Before Ethan could respond, Lily peeked around the corner shyly. Reeves crouched to her level. Hi, sweetheart. Do you know your dad is a hero? Lily blinked. He is. I mean, I already knew that. Reeves laughed softly, wiping her eyes. But she wasn't there just to apologize. She took a deep breath. Ethan, the Corps owes you more than this job. We need instructors who've lived what we teach. The recruits need someone like you, a real fighter, a survivor, a leader. I'm not asking you to come back to the battlefield. I'm asking you to teach. To guide. To show these kids what it truly means to serve. Ethan froze. He hadn't expected this. The past had cost him everything. His wife died while he was deployed, and he never forgave himself for choosing duty over family that day. He looked at Lily. She looked back with wide, hopeful eyes. Daddy, she whispered, you always tell me to be brave. Maybe this is your turn. His throat tightened. The next morning Ethan walked into the training center not as a janitor, but as Instructor Cole. The recruits stood straighter. The officers saluted. Even Captain Reeves smiled proudly.